know if he's good enough for that, but modern maybe. Yeah. All right, guys. So we'll stop briefly talking about the what's the word I'm looking for? Sensation that is Brimaz spoilers, and instead go into our semifinal feature match here. On the other side of the bracket, it's Derek Biondi and Black White Control versus Alec Myers on Colossal Rule, and on our feature match that we've got on the camera for you right now, it's Joe Lewis on Black White Midrange. We saw him earlier tonight. It's basically a Blood Baron deck, and his opponent is Travis Martinez. Now let me tell you a little something about Travis Martinez. About a year ago, Travis showed up at FNM. I'd never seen him before, so I introduced myself, and he said, I believe he goes to pharmacy school at University of Charleston. He said he plays with his friends casually, but, has his first time at FNM. I thought, well, great, well, glad to see you, I'm glad you could make it. And he went to the top 4, and he would have won his semifinal match if not for, that was the infamous highlight you may remember, where Max Turner got a Tameo emblem with Fog in his hand.
Pretty good.
Well, that was tough for him to overcome. I believe this is basically the same deck.
Yeah.
It's a mono-green aggro deck, or at least a mono-green creature deck. I asked him what he was playing, and his exact words were, well, you'll have to see. But he did say he was playing the same mono-green. So we'll see exactly what ends up being in this deck, but it is going to be a homebrew, of course. I'm afraid he's going to be a little bit outmatched against Joe's deck, and specifically this draw of double removal spell into turn 4 Desecration Demon. That's going to be followed up by a Blood Baron with Hero's Downfall. I think double Hero's Downfall backup. Oh, so it's mono green Devotion. I stand corrected.
I know he runs a 3/3 for 2 mana.
Colonian Tusker?
Yeah. Seen that before.
Alright, I'll change it. Mono green Devotion.
But at this point, I don't think he can come back.
No, he's going to need a Burning Tree here. Pelucranos? That's fine. I mean, there's scenarios in which you can race, and Blood Baron's not that great against Pelucranos. I mean, we're a long way away from being able to, monstrosity kill it, but it does block it fairly well.
The Demon's just gonna...
Demon does what Demon does best, which is attack and make life miserable for your opponent.
Card used to be like $2.
Desecration Demon?
Yeah.
Well, it was always this good. It was just people didn't want to convince themselves, because there's been a long line of 6/6 for 4. Yeah. Abyssal Persecutor, nobody played that.
Yeah. That's a fun card.
It was very tough to beat.
Yeah. Packrat's $6 now.
Mm-hmm. Underworld Connections is a steady 4. Alec.
That's Logan.
Logan. I know who it was.
Yeah. Logan, are you going tomorrow?
Question in the chat what the Life app is. Well, that's a Life Total app known simply as Life Total. But I downloaded that like 4 years ago out of the App Store on iTunes. It's no longer available.
Yeah.
You should check out replacements 20 Life or MTG 2020 Vision. Those are the closest thing.
Star City has a good app.
Yeah, those guys like themselves too much.
I know some dot. You don't like him, do you?
I do not. So there was a Nalia, I believe, which was active, but somebody just blasted our table. Who was it? Isn't that weird kid?
What card was that?
Nalia, wasn't it?
And then how do you hear it?
Hero's Downfall?
Yeah. It's circle, right?
Well, it clearly wasn't Nalia then.
Yeah, it had 3 counters, didn't it?
It's,
Hydra, maybe.
I didn't see what it was, but I mean, Joe's not going to.
Yeah.
He's not going to Hero's Downfall, a creature he can't kill. So this game is a bit out of hand at this point. We can pump Pelucranos. I don't feel like I've been paying enough attention, but we can pump Pelucranos here and gain some life. Or not gain some life, but actually, grow it and potentially add some pressure.
Yeah. I think it'll get there.
Our Nixos activation isn't netting us any life here, or netting us any mana. There's a forest into play. If we can play if you play Colonian Tusker here, Then you can profit mana 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could. Well, if you want to get it to an 8, if you can.
Yeah, you have to wait till next turn.
Well, there's Bo.
Creatures have, oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, creatures have death touch. He fights, then he kills the thing. But your guy also dies, which is a sad part. Just looks like he's gonna do.
Activate Nykthos for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Arbor Colossus.
I think he's gonna fight for 2.
No.
That's weird. Because if he fought for 2, he can kill the demon and keep the guy alive.
Yeah. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if that's something Travis will see.
Yeah.
But he does play an Elias Disciple, which changes the race math pretty drastically here. So a game I thought Joe was like basically. Why do I have his name is Joseph Lewis? Very formal tonight. It's the Sir Joseph Lewis Esquire. I thought Joe was way ahead on this. What happened to the Blood Baron? Has he just not played it?
No, I think he played Underworld Connections last turn.
The Blood Baron is not that great. We're going to go ahead and sack our Caryatid and tap down the demon here. Huh?
That seems weird.
Yeah, I mean... We can play Blood Baron here. We can Hero's Downfall to Pelucranos. It probably seems like the best play. I guess Joe is trying to wait for like style points and do it in response to Monstrous. But like... I don't know if that's really good.
Downfall?
Yeah.
You can just keep attacking.
Yeah, I mean, if he just attacks for 5 every turn, like, that plan you just fog yourself. Like, I think that's what he's doing. I think he's been leaving up Hero's Downfall instead of playing his Blood Baron. All Travis has done is just make him pay for it by just not going for that line of play.
It's just creatures that touch. You haven't updated Joe's life, really.
My bad. I need a better system for updating life because it seems redundant, but it also seems more. It seems more professional to have it like a life total bar.
Yeah.
But it's also right there in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know. What I need to do is get a field reporter and have them do it out there. But then that actually requires a lot of time, money, people, and technology, none of which I have.
And you can just get a
Joseph deal to do.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Just to run in here every time and tell me the total.
Yeah.
7. He's at 7. All right, so I think this might be we might be making
6.
Yeah. Then Joe's gonna feel like a champ here, but I really feel like this has been a poor line of play, and he's just getting fortunate that this is going to work out for him.
He should have attacked first.
Mm-hmm.
But not the 2. Oh. Gosh.
Is the Nalia's Disciple, is it double green?
Yeah. So
he activated for 6 there.
Yeah.
And that is the one that's as big as your Devotion to green, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So it's a 6/6.
He gets 5 counters and it's a 1/1 base.
Yeah.
The Disciple swings in, knocks Joe down to, it's 4 power? Or is it 3 power, and then Joe draws a card off of Underworld Connections? Joe's falling behind here. I mean, he's got a Blood Baron in his hand. Don't sack anything.
Yeah.
Just, you can go down to 8 here.
I don't think you attack it with that.
I don't know, it depends on what's in his hand. I feel like he has another Healer's Downfall in his hand, in which case he's fine.
Oh, yeah, then.
Does the bow not kill a creature with flying, or does it do damage to a creature with flying?
It does 2 damage to a creature with flying. I might be wrong on that. I've never drafted with it. I actually got it right here.
Yeah, look up in your... I could bring it up, actually, myself.
Yeah, 2 damage to target creature with flying.
And there is the old Robert Barone, better known as Blood Baron.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's attacking creatures. What?
So what's our out here?
I don't think you have one. Not a mono green anyway.
I mean, you just keep playing dudes that are huge. You can play Caryatid, sack, tap the demon, attack with your 5/5.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a 6/6, but yeah. You might have to block.
You can just change the race total math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yep. Go to 23.
Go to 23 and then sack your Caryatid and then swing in, right? Isn't that the play?
Yeah.
You 100% have to attack here. You're not going to win by letting Joe draw a card, right?
You have to die with both your guys. It's either one trades.
Mm-hmm. Wait, the Emissary is 3 power, right?
Yeah, but it still trades because attacking creatures you have to control at Death Touch. I don't know what he's doing.
Let me see this bow. He tapped the bow. He has mana floating, I think.
Put a 1/1 counter on something. Looks like he's doing. The store does play Modern, right?
Yep, Modern every other Wednesday, alternating with Legacy, Eternal Wednesdays at Lost Legion. So this is a mistake, right?
Oh, whoa.
Yikes.
That's bad.
Yeah, this is just an inexperienced kind of situation, I think. Again, reminding everyone ahead of time, as we will undoubtedly get some kind of complaint or something. Travis has not played FNM in a year.
Yeah.
He is a very casual player. So congratulations to him for making the top 4, but it's not completely out of the realm of possibility for him to make a slight mistake like that. So Joe's going to serve in here. I think you just take it. You got a billion life, right? Let's go down to 19.
You double block though. You can get blown out by removals.
Yeah. I don't think you need to put yourself in that situation. But just to clarify, the correct play last turn was to sack a Caryatid, tap down the demon, attack in with your both your guys, since all of your attacking creatures have Death Touch.
Yeah. Two.
So serves in with both of his emissaries after putting the token on his, or the +1/+1 counter on one of his emissaries. Joe is going to go down to 1. Living on the razor's edge here. I think he's got 3 lands in his hand. He's got 4 cards. There's a pack rat.
So I think it might be game. It might be game.
Oh no, he's still got Death Touch.
It's a scary position though.
But Travis has got a lot of life. Even if you, well, no, I guess you can make 2 rats here, make 2 rats next turn, activate your Mutavault, and attack for 6 times 6, 36. Yeah.
It's pretty scary. You can just pass for Joe.
I think our real problem here was missing that extra damage.
So the Revenant Hunter too.
Yeah, when we traded our Reverend Hunter for the Desecration Demon, I think if we were fine losing a creature to get the demon off the board, we should have sacked something.
Yeah.
So Travis in a situation here. We're going to tap to activate Nykthos for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7. Those 2.
1, 2, 3, 7. Yeah, the bow is 2. So 7. There's a Boon Satyr on a Reverend Hunter.
That's interesting.
Shouldn't do that at sorcery speed, should you? So we've got 2 mana floating. Is it 5 to bestow? So 2 mana floating here. Gonna use his bow to pump his other one. Serving with the team here. I think he just killed himself, didn't he? Discard the pack rat.
He does have to block.
Huh?
He does have to block.
Yes. No, you're exactly right. Yep.
But he does.
He's gonna.
His Blood Baron.
Yeah, but he's gonna lose
2 rounds.
2 rats. He's already expended 2 cards from hand. He's only got 1 left. But I think he still dies on the crackback, right? Blood Baron and 1 rat live, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to make 2 rats, activate your Mutavault, and attack in for 16 of its 20. Oh, but he has 1 blocker.
Yeah.
Hey! I was making a game of this.
I think it's a double block. But no, this is sideful. Counters.
You have to get something off the board. All the attacking creatures have Death Touch.
Video is failing to load for him.
Refresh. So does Joe realize he's going to lose everything here?
Everything but 1, yeah, I think so.
Well, if Travis is smart enough to do the Death Touch damage to 1 of each, right?
Oh yeah, he's gonna lose everything no matter what, though, right?
I thought you said he could save his Blood Baron. No, he just
he could have blocked with his pack rats and saved his Blood Baron. That's what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
But
so Joe, he is going to gain 5 life off of the, or 4 life up to 5 off the Blood Baron before it goes. We draw a card here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So the way it is, we can make two rats here and activate a Mutavault. We cannot activate Underworld Connections because then we won't, unless we draw a land that doesn't come into play tapped. We won't have the mana to do that.
he has 8 mana. He has 8 mana, so he can't activate the...
No, he can, but I mean, he can't draw, and if he doesn't draw an untapped land here, he can't activate the pack rat twice.
He can. He has...
No, but and still keep his Mutavault up.
Pack rat, or Mutavault, you can activate it with itself.
Yeah, I meant just to, I was talking about in the attacking sense. Or to attack or block.
To attack.
Or block.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, he can pump his numbers, but he can't
I gotcha.
do anything relevant. No, the Bo and Aaliyah actually doing some work here.
That's understood.
I think it would have done a lot more work had we still had our Reverend Hunter on board,
Yeah.
but... So, what's the stats on our...
Let's tune it, this is out.
Yep. Joe should remind him, I think.
You have 2 Nicholas's out, they're legendary. Right?
Yeah. Doesn't make a bit of difference. Well, actually, it does. Yeah, we can still chain our Nykthoses here with Pelucranos. We can kill a pack rat.
Yeah.
Oh, the door didn't shut all the way. So the pack rats can be 4, so we've got to do it 4/4, right? It never sticks, but that's close enough. So I'm not sure exactly how much mana is floating here. He's going to fight the pack rats. In response, going to make a token. And then activate his Mutavault to make it a 3/3.
So you had 10. You had 10 mana in total.
Mm-hmm.
How many monsters?
But it's still going to die because, well, no, because he's going to make one into before the turn's over. So how big is the Disciple? Or yeah, it's a 3-watt base.
3/3.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe loses everything here.
Yeah, because there's already 2 damage marked on his pack rat.
Yeah.
And it will go down to being a 1/1. No, a 2/2, because the Mutavault is still active. But I guess he's content here to do that. He's got to get that, and the Boon Hunter's gonna stick around. The Boon Hunter, the Boon Satyr. Yeah. The pack rat will die.
Should we tell him?
If he doesn't put it at end of turn. Yeah, the pack rat dies.
Hey, doesn't the pack rat die too?
Yeah, both pack rats have.
No, your one's got 2 damage on it. Yeah, Joe just missed the count there. He could see when we were discussing it with him, he he realized that as well. I don't think he has a better plan. I
Yeah.
think he's just slowly going to... If Travis doesn't draw the Plukernos, then I think there's a situation where he can come back. But it's just too much business. How did this happen? How did... It seemed like Joe had this in the bag. You sack your Caryatid here, right? It's irrelevant? Yep.
Yeah. Guess I was wrong on one. Having no outs. I said he had no outs, and I guess I was wrong.
Well, you've already said earlier. I think the first thing you said as you walked into the broom closet was, "You're bad at this game."
Yeah.
Plukernos does some work. There's a Blood Baron, but sadly the Blood Baron's just going to trade with whatever creature it blocks. And Joe's just going to... Does he have a Mutavault up?
I don't think so. Maybe he does. No, because he used Devour Flesh.
There's Colonian Tusker. We can activate Nykthos here. The game's just over, right?
Basically.
And then swing in with the team. No, but he has lifelink. Yeah, I forgot about that. So, yeah, so he takes 1 total, goes down to 2. I forgot that lifelink was a thing there.
I don't think it matters.
No. He can draw 1 more card off his Underworld connections. Go down to 1. Does he play Merciless Eviction in the main?
Weird. If he had 3, it was
No! And Travis with the old Game 1 handshake there. But he gets the first one. That one felt like an entire match, but that was just Game 1. So we've still got a little bit more to go here. To do that.
Didn't go to that.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
I thought you all... That was one where you stayed with your friends in Morgantown and then drove up the morning of... Remember, because they got kicked out of their dorm? You got kicked out of your dorm?
Oh, yeah, and then we slept in the car.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It's cold a bit. So, Game 2 here, Joe. Dropping Game 1, despite what we assumed was basically an unlosable position. Not through any fault of his own. I do think he kind of shot himself in the foot by giving Travis turns to draw answers with Hero's Downfall. I think he should have just ran that out there. But Joe doing what his deck does best, playing a pack rat on turn 2. And let's see how Joe subscribes to the pack rat theory. Does he cast spells, or do you just make rats? The correct answer is you just make rats.
Turn 3 Mutavault. That's where it's at.
Especially against the mono green devotion deck, because they have no answers to the turn 2 pack rat. Pithing Needle naming pack rat's pretty good,
Yeah.
but I don't think that's going to be enough here. Joe deciding not to trade his pack rat for the innocuous Mana Dork, and then Travis follows that up with a Sylvan Caryatid.
Good card.
So no Mutavaults, but a 3rd land, so... Looks like Joe is subscribing to the pack rat plan. Someone talking crap on Pittsburgh in the chat. That's an easy way to get yourself banned.
Yeah.
It's going to warn you right now. Travis, the last time he was here a year ago, it was very fun because we were all rooting for him on the stream because it's just like a first FNM. Travis just unfamiliarity with pack rat, but he was playing just like the mono green aggro, just playing evolve guys and giant growth, and he just worked people over with the giant growth, man. Because he combat tricks, counter spells for burn, basically a bolt.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, we are going to cast a Lifebane Zombie, which I think is fun. And it's going to get the other Nalia. And of course, there's Exile, but I don't think it matters.
Unless he has used on his deck, but let's see it. It's all about making another pack rat.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with Lifebane Zombie in the sense that it 2-for-1s them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one of the few spells that I wouldn't be real upset that you actually cast as opposed to pitch. But
unless he's a Bloodburn, I don't think he played land. I think he just keep pitching.
Yeah.
I haven't really played much with Backrat, so.
And there's a bow. So we've assembled Nalia and her bow. We have enough that Nalia is active. We can go ahead and swing in here if we want to, right?
Yeah, you can just go ahead and swing in.
I mean,
But
I mean, the longer the game goes, Joe's just gonna win.
Yeah. So you kind of gotta raise.
You just have to put pressure on. Hope you draw your Nalia's disciples.
Yeah.
Change the math. Hope you draw some green card that doesn't exist that destroys all the pack rats. Is Nalia a 6/6?
Something like that.
I can look.
Yeah, okay. Swinging in for 9 here. It's gotta be 9 anyway. Yeah, it's
That's
6.
9 at a minimum. It's a 6.
Yeah.
The chat, at least the New England portion of the chat, saying that the game's over because Bo's on the field, but I beg to differ at this point. So,
It's fun.
I know, I'm sure he's joking as well, but
It's fine.
so down to 10.
It's Mutable. No, it's an enriching released.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah.
If you're playing all the Mutavolts, like I don't know if you should like tax your mana base even more by playing a relatively
Understand why
ineffective. It's a good card, but I would rather play it as like a one of in the blue-white decks that have a difficult time dealing with Mutavault, as opposed to the black-white Packrat deck, which seems to have a perfectly good answer to Mutavault, which is to just attack a billion times.
It's also good in the mirror because you can hit swamps that are underworld.
Mm-hmm. It's my favorite thing at the PTQ a couple weeks ago when one of my buddies had 2 pithing needles out. One naming what was it naming? One naming Packrat and one naming Swamp. Because you got to name the thing that's the Underworld Connections is on.
Thought you might say.
No, it was Mutavault and Swamp.
Okay.
He had to name both of them. Well, naming Mutavault's fine, period. But naming Swamp is fun.
I was about to say you named the Underworld Connections. I was supposed to cry.
So I think there's some discrepancies. Travis was trying to pump Nalia twice, but I think he only has enough mana to do it once.
Yep. Usually +1/+1.
I think he's using another die to represent +1/+1 until end of turn, or whatever Nalia's ability is.
It's +2/+2.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter. It's he's getting jumped by a Packrat too.
Yeah. So
What is happening here?
I have no idea.
We're calling the Judge.
I think it was just it.
No, Joe actually called the Judge.
Oh.
I heard him.
Target creature gets +2/+2.
Shoots on touch roll.
Other creatures don't go. Right. Other creatures.
Yep, I think just clarifying for Travis that it does not have trample, which it does not, so it has 1 counter from the bow. It was temporarily 9/9 because of Nalia activating for itself.
Hey, this keyword that starts with I.
Seems like a kind of an inexperienced play there. They really need to pump Nalia before combat. You just wait to see if it gets blocked, save your mana, maybe pump something else on the way back.
Yeah. So
So Joe swings in with 2 pack rats and a life bane zombie. These pack rats are going to go up to 4/4s, right? The game is over if he doesn't block, right?
Does he have a meter vault?
Sure doesn't.
So no. If he had a meter vault, then it'd be...
Goes to 9. I thought he had a mute vault, but he has that stupid encroaching waste.
Yeah. He's fun too. He's only taking 7, he's not going to activate the...
I guess it doesn't really change the clock.
Yeah. He has a
Life bane zombie that your opponent can't deal with.
Charleston, Pelucrinus.
Yeah, Pelucrinus, it has to be Pelucrinus here, right? And it said it's a Colonian Tusker. There's no way we can do 13 damage here, so let's pack it up and move to game 3, guys.
I guess he could use bow for 3 life.
Yeah, that's true. He's not winning this game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to begrudge him playing it out. But
there's the game.
Now we're done. Serve it with a 3/3 and a 7/7.
Just take it, right?
Just go down to 3 if you want. It literally doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And Travis is hellbent. There's no more tricks. We've already used our bow. Go down to 3. Go down to 3. Joe wins off of Intimidate, Lifebane Zombie, Unblockable Attack, Unnecessary Pack Ratting. And there we go. Game 2 handshake. We got the Game 1 handshake and the Game 2 handshake. Travis is a very friendly guy. We appreciate that. We're going to Game 3 here. I'm going to step outside for a certain biologically related break. Out from under that flood. But it's very, very rare and unrealistic. So, Game 3 here with Travis Martinez and his homebrew mono green devotion deck. Making the first appearance at our FNM in the last year, I think. He is won Game 1, dropped Game 2, and now is on the play in the decider with an on-curve Colonian Tusker. It will beat in for 3. It will power up your devotion. That's assuming Joe lets it live. So it looks like we're loading up a Thoughtseize here.
Yep.
A Thoughtseize very deep into the red zone. Nalia or her bow? You do. And now Travis's hand is basically awful.
3 lands.
Yeah, bow's going to come down here, and Joe's not going to be able to get rid of that. But as long as you kill the creatures, the bow doesn't have any real effect on the game. So there's the bow. And we're going to serve in for 3 here, and thanks to the Thoughtseize, Joe already down to 15. The chat suggesting that the entire state of Vermont suggested to him that he sideboards in Pithy Needle. There's a very good chance that Travis Martinez doesn't even have sideboard.
Yeah.
So we do want to factor that in, but we will pass that information along to him.
That's 1 man.
Nixos activating for 4. So we are turning a profit here. Boon Satyr on my dude. In response, we're going to devour flesh, so we have to sack the Tusker, putting Travis up to 23. but thanks to the way Bestow works, it was intentionally designed so exactly what happened is not a
Wow.
yeah. Yep. They're just clearing up the mana issue. He does need to tap that force in order to bestow the Boon Satyr. Yeah, I like the way they designed bestow so that that doesn't just feel like the world's worst thing. Especially, it's awful for new players. Like, it's just new players want to play Holy Strength. You know what I mean? But in Lifelink and other cool creature enchantments, that's something that appeals to the casual player and to the new player. But it's just one of the weakest interactions in Magic. Matthias asking where Vermont is. Of course, Matthias in South America, so that's not a troll, that's a legitimate question. It's in New England. It's next to Maine and New Hampshire. I think it's close. It's not the one closest to Maine, but it is on the border with Canada in New York, up in the extreme northeast. So we've managed to... How did we... I looked at the chat for a second, now the demon's gone.
Traded.
With what?
The Boon Satyr.
Oh, okay. Because of the bow?
Yeah.
Alright.
Touch, so.
And now we've got the evolve guy.
Yeah. Needed a counter.
Right where we want him.
Let's tap it.
Yeah. There we go. Joe with a helpful tap. Draw a card off Underworld Connections, and then try to remount an offense here. Demon down.
Belsus comes down, then it's gonna...
Lifebane Zombie. Revealing 2 forests. We knew from an earlier Thoughtseize that Travis did not have much business going on, and he has not drawn any. But it's still a 3-1 guy. Still a clock. Albeit 8 turns. So what did we draw off the top? Anything relevant? Going to Hero's Downfall. Going to remove 2 counters to regenerate him. Do we downfall there?
You do it before, if you're ready to.
You do it in response to the trigger, right?
Yeah.
That seems to be just a mistake, maybe, right?
He's
Or maybe Joe. Maybe that's one of those things where you think about it with evolve, but you don't realize that putting a counter on it with another permanent, it counts the same number of counters.
I don't even think he's just gonna win this game no matter what. His win state's gonna insane.
It's not bad. He's got the 4/4 lifelinking Blood Baron, as well as a 3/1 intimidating Lifebane Zombie. To Travis's Bow, Experiment 1, and 2 lands in hand.
Can't forget about the Underworld Connections down there too.
He's got much like Dre. I forgot about it. That's a mistake on my part. But yes, Joe is using that to grind a lot of card advantage out in this matchup.
Too much mana. Joe's explaining he'd have too much mana. You don't need to.
I think Travis is getting himself confused between activating Nalia and activating Nalia's Bow.
Yeah.
Because Nalia, I believe, does take 4 to activate, right?
Indeed it does.
That is a neat little combo there with the Bow and the Experiment 1, yeah. What do you do here?
I think you just
You can double block the Blood Baron.
Yeah. You're gonna get blown out. I mean, this would be it.
You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win that race.
Yeah. Hey, you get blown out, yeah. It's just scoop time.
I believe so. That won't happen.
No. Unfortunately, but all.
And the chat also pointing out what we mentioned earlier, Joe. in the previous situation could have saved us a little bit of trouble if he just downfalled in response to the bow activation. That experiment one would be off the board. That's not how it works, Joe. Joe's trying to rules lawyer him, saying he has to do that before it too.
No. He's saying that he's doing it before combat damage, so he saves his thing, so it doesn't die, but it'll just stop. You know.
But doesn't regen respond to the actual damage?
Yeah, but he has to remove it to regenerate.
Yeah, but don't you? They've changed the rules and regenerate so many times before. Since I started playing Magic, I need to refresh myself here. Let me read the card.
Save this guy, you'd have to do it before combat damage, though. So.
Joe, I apologize. Joe's not trying to rules lawyer him. He's just explaining that ahead of time. Yeah, I don't know. I should know. I think this is a case of damage stacking kind of thing.
Yeah.
When I first started playing Magic back in 4th edition rules, a tapped creature didn't deal damage. So you know how like you block and then you tap an elf to do damage. You could still do that, or to make mana. You could still do that, but it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't trade in combat.
And then tap things like tap artifacts, they didn't have like abilities too.
Yeah.
That was really weird.
Yeah. Well, it's just part of the game, and then like it's like if you learn the game that way, then like it's fine.
Yeah.
But they've changed it. Yeah.
Which one do you guys know which one's the restroom? Who do you know? Around the corner? Yeah, sorry. Yes, he is in the restroom. Might wait a while.
Yeah, I apologize for losing steam here, but this match is not very exciting, unfortunately. And I've been in this room for a long time tonight. I gotta go home and pack a bag and get ready to go to Columbus tomorrow as well. So Joe loads up a second Underworld Connection, so the card advantage here is getting incredibly out of control. There's a Devour Flesh, sack a dude. Just clear the way. He's got 2 Mutavaults in reserve. Lifebane Zombie online.
It's game.
Oh, it's been game for quite a while.
Yeah.
Let's expedite this, boys. There we go. His bow, sorcery speed. Can you do it at instant speed?
Yeah, you can do it at instant speed.
Is only whip the one you can't do it?
You can do it. You can do that at instant speed too.
Whip?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Can you not?
No.
Is it?
That'd be too good.
I thought you could do it as blockers too. I never read the card.
I thought I knew a lot about Standard, but there's a lot of cards that have appeared in this match that have made me feel like completely unprepared for what I do each and every week. So Joe loads up both his Mutavaults and surges in with his 3/1 Intimidate.
Never knew that.
Interesting. It'd be way too good if you could do it mid-combat and stuff.
That'd be so good. I thought you could do it. And again, I've never played against it, so. I think I've only drafted this format once so far.
are we doing, guys? Come on. Let's get to it. You gotta take your sweet time in round 1, but here's a Desecration Demon.
Yeah, let's game.
Well, he can't block either of them. He can sack his Mystic to tap down the Demon, but if Joe can kill it, he has a Merciless Eviction, a Godless Shrine, and an Underworld Connections in his hand.
Gain life this time.
He did gain some life. Now it's just getting a little bit difficult to watch.
Yeah.
As we tried to suicide our guy in, and Joe just politely didn't block. That's what happened, right?
Yeah, he just didn't block.
Well, I gotta credit to Joe for being a nice guy.
Yeah. Not like matters though.
No, he also drew Blood Baron, I think. So just load up our guys here. He is going to draw one more card, it seems. So attack in for 7. Does he have Flame Javelin?
Oh, wait. He couldn't block.
Hmm?
He couldn't block.
Death Touch.
Yeah.
It's getting hard to watch because we're bad at what we do. It's getting hard to listen to.
Oh, yeah. Bad at
There's a
this
swamp, and Travis has had enough, so congratulations to Joe. Let's go out there and expedite this process.